Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Shit's about to hit the fan. Welcome to Unsanctioned Thursdays on Wrestling with Freddie.
Hey everybody, happy Thanksgiving. If you're listening on Thanksgiving Day, on the holiday, thank you all. You could be doing a million other things right now, and the fact that you chose to hang out with me, producer Alex here, and all of us here at Wrestling with Freddie for a little bit means more than you know. We've been doing Wrestling with Freddie for 5 seasons now, and the love you've shown us this whole time has been crazy. Every download, every comment, every tweet, every time you tell a friend about the show, that stuff is the reason why we are doing what we do here at Wrestling with Freddie. So from all of us here at Wrestling with Freddie, thank you for letting us be part of your week and for being part of this little wrestling family we've built here together, the Federation. We appreciate you, we see you, and we don't take a second of it for granted. All right, enough of that. Let's get right into the show. This Saturday, WWE is locking damn near half of the best wrestlers in their rosters inside 2 giant cages in the middle of a baseball stadium. Petco Park, San Diego, outdoor Survivor Series War Games, streaming on ESPN here in the States and Netflix everywhere else. We've got Punk, Cody, Roman, Cena, AJ Lee, Becky, Nikki Bella, Stephanie Vaquer. This card is stacked. Today on Unsanctioned Thursdays, we're doing what this show does best. We're going to give you some real predictions. What's really going to go down? All through the storytelling. Survivor Series 2025, baby. Let's get right into all the predictions. All right, Survivor Series. We're going to go match by match. This is being recorded earlier on Monday, so if any of these matches change because of maybe injury, we will talk about it the following week. Or if they add anything, we will also tell you and talk about how it made sense in the storytelling world of pro wrestling. We're going to go really quickly match by match, talk about how we got here, what the stories are, and then I'll drop my predictions for each one. Let's start strong. The men's War Games match, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso versus Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman. They're in the corner. Man, for most of 2025, Punk, Roman, and Jay have all been tangled up with, the Visions, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman pulling all the strings when it comes to that group. We remember at SummerSlam, Punk finally wins the World Heavyweight title only for Rollins to cash in Money in the Bank on him immediately and walk out as champ. So Punk's been screwed from day one when it comes to these guys. We've also seen, this alliance with McIntyre and Logan Paul hooking up as this heel alliance and acting like they're above the whole roster, which makes them perfect allies, right? Brock Lesnar walking back in because, of course, he just does. And Heyman just quietly folds him into this monster side with Breaker and Reed. Now it's Punk, Cody, Roman, and the 2 Usos trying to survive in this damn War Games match. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot of trust issues here. A lot of trust issues. Punk and Roman on the same team after, their little tension. You can lean into who turns on who first as a talking point as well, in the match. I think not when they have the heel team is so strong as much as they are. I think I would stay away from that. I think they need to just come together because they have a long road ahead of them at War Games against this monster team that Paul Heyman has put together. All right. Talking about Paul Heyman's team, there's a lot of egos there, man. Brock, Drew, Logan, Breaker, Reed. Somebody's going to maybe look at someone else the wrong way. And perhaps you can see a little crack in the armor there. But I think that's when the baby faces need to use that towards their own momentum. This one's hard for me because as much as I want the baby faces to win, Roman, Cody, Punk, I don't know. I would really want Paul Heyman's to win here. Paul Heyman's team to win here. So that's what I'm going to go with. I don't want the super babyface mega team to win. I don't. I want Paul Heyman's insane monster faction to take it. And that's who I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Braun Breaker and the team I wanted to decimate them. That's what I want. Hell, leave them bloodied. You have a little blood in WWE, right? You're allowed to have blood in WWE. Call up and find out. We're allowed to do that. But yeah, that's going to be my prediction. I need the heels to come up and over here and win. Plus, I think this is the last pay-per-view before Royal Rumble. And so we're not going to see any pay-per-views in December. So I want to see that picture. Bam, right there. If you're bam, of the heel standing above bloodied baby faces. Punk down now, can't move. Roman trying to reach up. I can't believe this happened. The Usos nowhere to be seen because they just got destroyed. They got put through the cage, right? God, give me something like that. Please, WWE. Give me violence. Next up, the Women's War Games match. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, and the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. Now, Rhea Ripley's been at war with the Kabuki Warriors, especially Asuka, who is jealous of Io Sky's friendship with Rhea. That triangle blew up when Asuka and Kairi turned on Io and started targeting both of them. You know, the Kabuki Warriors take the women's tag titles off Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, thanks to Lash Legend and Nia Jax running in and wrecking everything. After the match, Jax and Lash joined forces with Asuka and Kairi to stomp everyone, and that's our heel squad. Rhea returns with the face mask, clears the ring, and calls for War Games. That's how the whole thing gets announced. On the babyface side, Rhea Ripley, Io, and Alexa tried to recruit Charlotte Flair, but she initially walks out, says she doesn't trust Rhea, calls her a snake, and bails on the team. A week later on SmackDown, and some sit-down segments pull her back in after some we don't have to like each other to fight together type of talk, right? That's basically how we pull everyone together. That's how this all was layered, this whole match. Then we get the big twist. AJ Lee returns to WWE after helping Punk versus Rollins and Becky earlier this year. She's announced as the 5th babyface member for the War Games match. Becky Lynch jumps her, lays her out, and chooses to side with Asuka, Kairi, Nia, and Lash as their 5th. Instant heat and a very clear AJ versus Becky center on the match deal happening here. Okay? You got the faces already. You got the heels ready. We got Rhea and Charlotte trying to coexist after years of bad blood. You can talk about how basically they're just two giant alphas being forced to get in the ring together. Io caught in the middle of old friendships versus new alliances. AJ versus Becky has that like big dream match energy. And the Kabuki Warriors and Nia and Lash are, you know, they're bruisers. They're built to dominate and beat people up in the cage, which you will see, man. You will see. I want the women to go all out. If I want a bloody mess on the men's side, I need the women to really step it up and really go at it. I definitely need them to outdo their male counterparts in this match. Okay? I'm going to go with the baby faces winning here. I do believe that AJ Lee being kind of like the leader on that side of the baby faces really sets them up for a victory. And there's a lot of ways that we can bring this back around after the holiday season, right? The returning AJ Lee, the final pin, right? The feel-good big victory, right? Somehow, maybe even over Becky, right? Becky goes ape shit. We're on Unsanctioned Thursday. I'm allowed to say that. Becky goes ape shit. She can't understand why this is happening, why the returning veteran is in a match and winning a match over someone who's there day in and day out, putting her blood, sweat, and tears, taking time away from her damn child to be in this damn ring to prove that she is the man. So that, I think, is a big, big story arc right there. So I do predict AJ Lee and the rest of the team come out victorious there. Next up, the Intercontinental Championship match, John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio. Okay. On November 10th, the November 10th Raw in Boston, Cena comes out for his last time in Boston speech and retirement talk. Dominic Mysterio interrupts, runs his mouth. Triple H says, hey, cool, you're defending the belt right now. Cena beats him for the IC title and finally becomes a Grand Slam champion. Then the week after, Dominic crashes Cena's farewell segment again and demands a rematch. He wants it in his hometown of San Diego at Survivor Series. Cena, being Cena, says, you got this. Let's do it. So now we're here. Cena's final Survivor Series, defending the IC title in Dom's backyard, with the Judgment Day probably lurking around. Now Cena, man, this is his last PLE before his true final match as Saturday night's main event. So you can ask, does he walk into his last match with a belt or not? Dominic trying to prove he's not just Ray's kid and not just a heat magnet. He has that going for him. He wants his belt back and the bragging rights of retiring Cena's IC reign. You can talk about how dirty Judgment Day probably gets here, by the way. Distractions, ref bumps, whatever. Whatever you guys think could happen during this match. Because I think that's where we're headed. I think we're going to see a lot of tomfoolery happening, unfortunately. But my prediction, I think Dom wins it back. I think you go into Saturday night's main event with Cena going out the way he came into the wrestling business, as John Cena. No belts, none of that flashy stuff. Just someone who's full of ruthless aggression. So that's going to be my pick for the Cena and Dominic match. Next up, the Women's World Championship match. Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella. Now, Stephanie Vaquer has been presented as a killer since she came in. La Primera. She has a big global resume, multiple belts around the world. Now Women's World Champion here in the main roster. Nikki Bella came back, and at first they had mutual respect for each other. They teamed up a few times against Judgment Day stuff. Nikki talking up Stephanie, veteran giving the rub kind of energy. Then Nikki snaps, man. She turned heel on Vaquer, laid her out, cut promos basically saying she's sick of putting everybody else over, sick of not getting her flowers for how much she did for women's wrestling, and she wants her damn spotlight back. Vaquer, being who she is, doesn't back down. By the way, she agrees to defend his damn women's title against Nikki at Survivor Series because she wants revenge and to prove she's the present, not some guest in Nikki's house. I love this. I love this. Respect versus recognition. Nikki wants respect for the Divas reality TV era and feels like the internet never gave it to her, while Vaquer represents the modern, world-traveled, work rate heavy women's wrestling style champion. Okay? You can definitely say that Nikki is leaning heavy into her I'm done being the nostalgic act heel style of motivation for her, which is actually, it's true, right? Like, women had it tough. That's for sure. This is kind of the first big legacy defense on the main roster. Beat a Hall of Famer, plant your damn flag, and show it off proudly. My prediction here, there's no damn way Nikki gets this. Vaquer retains. She is your women's champion. Respectfully so, as she deserves to be. Okay? She is a strong competitor, and there's just so much going for her. A lot going for her. And I love that. I don't know if this match maybe gives... This is like, giving Nikki's last final, maybe real run at a title, and then we just kind of see her do her thing within the roster. Again, this is you sometimes win by losing, so this could really work for her. I don't think that they'll pull something off here and have Nikki take it. God, that would be... I don't know what the storyline would be there, and why does Nikki need it? Because she wants she has respect. She's the veteran. I know she feels disrespected, but everyone has given her love. So that's my predictions. If they add anything else, we'll talk about it, or the guys will talk about it next week right here on Wrestling with Freddie. Friends, that was Survivor Series War Games 2025. 2 giant cages, bunch of matches, a whole lot of chances for WWE to really push the future and see where we go. I want blood. I want violence. We've got Punk, Cody, Roman, and the Usos trying to survive Paul Heyman's Chaos Squad. The women tearing each other apart in War Games as well. Cena defending the IC title in one of his last runs ever, friends, and Stephanie Vaquer trying to shut Nikki Bella up the hard way. Hit me with your picks. Who do you have winning the men's and women's War Games? Does Cena walk out of Petco Park still champion, or does Dirty Dom take it in San Diego? And are you riding with Vaquer or Nikki in the women's title match? My friends, this has been another episode of Unsanctioned Thursday here. Thank you again. We appreciate you, like we said on top of the show. Thank you for giving us love. Make sure you give us 5 stars. Let me know how I did while the guys were away. I made you some money in the predictions, and I hope I make you some more money for Survivor Series. Happy Thanksgiving if you're listening today on Thanksgiving Day. We appreciate you. Much love to you and your family. Take care of yourselves. The boys will be back. We out.